Hello everyone. My name is Nada Sayarh. I am a Hawaii alumna from the second cohort. I graduated in 1999, and after this, I went to the US where I did an MBA at Binghamton University in upstate New York. Then came back to Morocco, started working for the industry for several years, worked for Procter & Gamble, Colgate-Palmolive, I worked for Shell. And after this, I moved to Switzerland. My husband, who is also an alumni, got transferred to Switzerland, and it was the perfect opportunity for me to fulfill my dream of getting a PhD and moving to academia. So I have worked for 15 years at the University of Geneva in Switzerland, doing various things, supervising dissertations, teaching, doing research, and also working with top executives within our research lab. 3.5 years ago, we moved to Dubai, and I started working for SP Jain School of Global Management here in Dubai, where I started as an assistant dean for the executive MBA, and after this, and also as a professor of marketing strategy and sustainability. And after this, moved to the role of deputy director from the assistant dean of the EMBA to the deputy director of sustainability for our Dubai, Mumbai, Singapore, and Sydney campuses. And I'm happy to be with you here today. I'm also a mother of 3, and I'm very happy to be speaking to my fellow AUI community. So today we are here to talk about sustainability. What is sustainability? So in the 1987, the UN defined sustainability as per this definition, which for me, it's really represents what we should be thinking about, what we think when we think about sustainability, meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. How does this role translate, or this definition translate to my role? So today I support my institution in sustainability in terms of curriculum, campus operations, supporting sustainability in research, but also partnership, external communities, student activities, and reporting as well. Why should we care about sustainability? I want to show you an important video that will give you a little bit a pulse of what's going on right now in the world. So take a moment to watch. can we play? That's the right question to ask. When we look at such video, things are very alarming. They're not looking very good. So already in 2015, the United Nations came together and developed the SDGs, the 17 SDGs, which is a universal call to action to really protect the future of our species. And what they also did, so these are the 17 SDGs. If you're not familiar with them, please take a look, because this is a guiding compass now for institutions, whether it's academia or businesses around the world. UN came together with these SDGs, and really I like to look at SDGs. There are 17, very complex. I like to look at them from this wedding cake model, where you have 4 SDGs for the biosphere, which is our planet is the basis of everything we do. Then you have 8 SDGs around society. So first of all, planet needs to be okay. Then society needs to be okay, from the poverty, from our communities, from education, from all the 8 SDGs. And once the society thrives, then we can look at the thriving economy. And the 17th SDG is the one that is necessary for all these collaborations to make impact happen. So all this has happened since 2015. What also happens is the Paris Climate Agreement. In the COP that happened in Paris, this is why it's called Paris Climate Agreement, that had 3 objectives of limiting the average global temperature increase to less than 2% and achieve net zero emissions by 2050. Enhance the resilience and adaptation to climate impacts. And of course, in order for this to happen, we need the funds and we need the financials. So ever since these conference of parties meetings have been happening every year in a different country here in the UAE, COP28 happened 2 years ago. And last year it was in Azerbaijan, and this year is going to happen in Brazil. So every year these parties keep meetings. I'm talking about 197 signatories around the world, where countries come together and say, let's fix it. Let's really abide by this Paris Agreement. Let's stop the temperatures from rising. And unfortunately, they are not succeeding. Unfortunately, if you look at this graph, which is from NASA, you see that the average temperature keeps on increasing, and we are nowhere near stopping that global warming that is really a threat to our societies, but also to our economy and businesses, and to the planet as well. Which means that today we can no longer leave it just to the hands of countries to do the job. It needs to happen at every single level. So that's from the planet aspect, from the ecosystem aspect, society, planet, economy. Let's look at also from the individual aspect. SDG is the biggest, green transition is key in driving job growth. We are all hearing about AI, which is decreasing jobs, but green transition is driving job growth. So we all need to upskill ourselves in this area. And this is a report from LinkedIn that shows that actually the overall hiring rate for green jobs is actually much it's really increasing, as opposed to the green job hiring rate is much higher than the overall hiring rate. So more job opportunities are out there when you upskill yourself in the area. How about the corporate level? The corporate level, there is a research from McKinsey that shows that actually companies that go beyond driving profits and revenue, they do also ESG, they have disproportionate returns to their shareholders. And this is the visual that shows that as a company, if you're just driving profit and growth, you give 5 points in terms of total shareholder return. But if you also do ESG, environment, social, and governance, which is reporting metrics for sustainability, then you deliver 2 additional points to shareholders. So it makes sense also as a company to engage with sustainability. Another shift is that consumers are becoming more sustainable. And this is a research from Euromonitor that shows that consumers are reducing food waste, are reducing plastic use, recycling more, buying sustainable produced items, and trying to reduce their carbon emission. And this trend is going to keep on increasing globally as more adverse weather and societal conditions are worsening. So consumers are looking for sustainable products. The research is showing they're not willing to pay more for it. But if you give the same products with the same value to consumers, they will tend to choose the one that delivers more on sustainability. And as a consequence, companies are adopting sustainability in their dashboard. And just from 2021 to 2023, we see a jump 26% to 42%. And this tendency is increasing year on year. So what does this mean? It means that companies are also trying to develop their sustainable products by including more environmentally friendly claims, sustainable packaging claims, low carbon and carbon neutral claims, sustainable sourcing claims, water saving claims, and zero waste claims. So if your company or your organization is not doing this, it will be at a disadvantage versus competition and versus the fast movers, because moving into sustainability takes time. It requires a lot of business transformation. So you don't want to be at a disadvantage. So this is from the consumer side, but also from the investor side and the employee decision side. We noticed that 85% of investors believe that ESG initiatives are an important factor in decision making, and 83% are also willing to pay for a premium for sustainable investments. So not a big premium, but a small one. And also we noticed that there is a growing preference for employees to work for companies that are actively engaging with ESG. Now, there is also a regulatory side where we see around the world an increase in regulatory requirements. Of course, Europe is leading the way, but for example, I supervise our campuses in Dubai, Mumbai, Singapore, and Sydney. Dubai, as of May this month, the regulation is going to come to place with mandatory reporting for big companies. Singapore also this year, they have launched it. Sydney as well. So, and Mumbai is coming up. It's very soon. So this is going to keep on increasing. The governments are putting more and more regulations because of all the climate disasters that are happening around the world. So this is very important, and just to make you think about what can I do at my level. So first of all, at your level as an individual, what you can really do is go ahead and measure your own carbon footprint. You would be surprised. There are many carbon calculators that are out there for free on the internet. I do encourage you to go ahead and measure your own carbon footprint. And if you are working for an organization, you need to start reporting your sustainability initiatives as per framework. There are many frameworks that are out there that exist. And you need to start measuring your greenhouse gas emissions in order for you to improve it, because if you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. And second, you need to start laying the foundations for reporting sustainability as per your framework. This is very important because as a business, it's going to give you a competitive advantage, especially if you are based, for example, in Morocco and you are supplying customers overseas. having a low carbon footprint and measuring and reporting is going to encourage these businesses to source from you, collaborate with you, and work with you. So I do encourage everyone to start with themselves first. Go ahead and look at what they can impact at their individual level, family level, but also from an organizational standpoint. Go ahead, start measuring your carbon emissions and start reporting as per the framework that works best for your company. So I would like to thank you all for your attention. And we need to start moving fast. The world is not going to wait for us. Things are not looking very bright from an environmental perspective. These disasters happen every day around us. Europe, for example, that is close to Morocco, is highly affected. So, yeah, that's it from my side. This is the QR code to my LinkedIn. Feel free to connect with me. And thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.